Welcome to Ground Zero, Razor TV's weekly feature on citizen journalism. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Jacqueline, a Storm ethnologist. Check out what we have for you in this episode. Before we get to all that, let's see what's hot in Storm.
Our first story is titled, Singapore grads are stupid, poorly educated buffoons, says Harvard snob.
Well, this was sent in on the 22nd of June when a STOMPer came across this decidedly controversial blog posting.
Now, before we continue, we want to make it clear that we are not saying whether this post is legit or not, but we want to find out more from the citizen journalist who posted this, as well as delve deeper into the discussion sparked by it.
Well, first things first, we managed to get a hold of the contributor, and this was what she said.
Okay, so how do you first encounter this online?
Well, I have a friend who was actually working in one of the GLCs in Singapore, so apparently there was a lot of buzz in the intranet because, as mentioned in the blog, there were the woman who wrote the article had mentioned that she was working in one of the GLCs in Singapore. So I think the internal communications team raised this topic, and then discussion within that company itself got rather heated already.
What was your initial reaction?
I was quite taken aback by the bigotry, by how bigoted and how condescending and rude this person is, and how she tarred everybody with the same brush. I was shocked basically when I saw the article because the entries, because it was really very unfair, because there's always merit in everybody, and be it, I don't care whether you're from ITE, from the poly, or from JC or whatever. You see, nobody looks at you or should judge you based on which school you came from. It's about who you are as a person, about what you do in your life, rather than which school you came from, which defines you, which is a bit silly lah.
So what made you decide to send it to Stomp?
I wanted to highlight how such, it was wrong actually. Ultimately, Storm is a good platform for voicing and sharing stuff about Singapore, right? The Singapore scene, right? So I was a bit concerned that there could be I hope it's a small minority of people, of graduates who think this way, because it's quite dangerous. I think I'm not saying that there is merit to what she said, I'm not saying that whatever she said is wrong. It's just that her attitude is salah. It needs to be looked at.
That was pretty insightful. Now, to take it off tangent slightly before we form our opinions, let's check out what some of the people have said about it.
For example, Stomper Rich Girl said the blogger's another failed, spoiled kid who thinks once they study overseas, it means the world revolves around them. If she was talented, she wouldn't be staying in Singapore, working in a small company with fools around her.
Okay, another interesting comment is from Jazzy Chick. Now, she asked the local grads to condemn the blogger whether they themselves behave the same way against others of lower education.
Consider this other point made by yet another Stomper, Big Sis Singapore. She feels that intelligence comes to us in all forms, some of it manifesting in common sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so the blogger may have a Harvard degree, but doesn't make a person a good parent, a good conversationalist, or even a friend.
Right on. Okay, this leads us to the next Storm entry that was posted after this. So, Stomper Froggy Boy, he was so appalled by the comment made by the fellow Stomper about how students who get degrees from private schools are losers.
What?
Now, he says we must understand that not all people are able to qualify or afford to get into local unis. That's why there are these private schools to help those people who can't meet the minimum requirements set by local universities.
Yep, and he concluded by saying that those private school students do work hard and want to prove to others that they can do it, even though they did not graduate from local universities.
So it becomes a point, I guess, on how much education can teach you, because especially when education is not like a be-all and all in life, EQ, work experience, and how you perform are also important factors.
Definitely. In fact, I think EQ might be
more important?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's more important than IQ.
Why?
Well, if you are super intelligent...
I know the ideal answer, but I'm not going to tell you. Okay, why?
What? The ideal answer?
Yeah, the ideal textbook 10-year series answer.
Okay, you could be perfectly, get straight A's in a 10-year series and everything. But when it comes to the end of the day, you can't deal with maybe a colleague that you can't communicate with, and then you just blow your top off, or it's not gonna help you.
Blow your top off, lah.
Oh, everybody come off.
The ideal answer is no man's an island, and
Oh,
as long as you're
come
not
on,
the
that's
boss,
shit.
as long as you're not the boss, and you don't work in a one-man company, you have to work with other people. So I think performance and EQ, do play a part. If you are in Ivy League, maybe you come in as somebody in a higher, faster track and all that, but you still have to work with people.
So the boss is an island.
Boss is an island.
Okay.